Shinobi Striker Season 10 has begun, a season full of Sage modes apparently. Jiraiya just dropped as the first DLC, and Naruto Sage mode has been teased as the next one. As usual, I'm here to take you through everything the character brings in case you want to buy him, and since this is the first character of the season, we'll also take a look at the bonus ultimate you get if you buy the season pass. But I want to start this video by giving you all a heads up. This might be the final season of Shinobi Striker that I cover on the channel. For a few seasons now, it hasn't felt great covering a game that I dislike more because of how gacha heavy it has become. The SS Plus weapons are some of the coolest things they have ever added to the game, but by making them incredibly powerful and locking them behind gacha, it has basically turned this game into something that I just don't like, I don't support. It's honestly part of what's making gaming worse in general. I stopped covering Ultra Rumble because of this, so I think it only makes sense to stop covering Shinobi Striker as well. The gacha has become way too relevant. If they revert this, I'll keep playing it, but I think this is way too profitable for them to ever go back. So by the end of Season 10, I will probably be done with Shinobi Striker. That said, I'm still here for the full season, another year of Shinobi Striker content, so let's start with the bonus jutsu you get for buying the season pass. Majestic Attire Susanoo. Using the Ninetales wrapped in Susanoo, perform a thrusting charge that pierces through all terrain and enemies. This is an ultimate for attack and defense types. It does exactly the same on both versions, except the initial animation will have either Naruto or Sasuke depending on your class. After activation, the Ninetales will simply rush in a straight line, and this will one-shot your opponents. That said, because it's got a long startup animation and zero tracking, the Ninetales will just go straight no matter what. It is very easy to miss your target with this jutsu, so unless you're hitting someone that is standing still through a wall, I really don't see the potential here. Besides, it's so straightforward, I honestly find the jutsu boring. Not a great incentive to buy the season pass, but as a bonus thing, I can't really complain. So let's dive into Jiraiya. When you buy the character, you get his jutsu, but also a new outfit and a new hairstyle from his younger days. I really love the outfit, actually. The hair reminds me a lot of Minato. You also get the Master's moveset, but after trying it out, I gotta say I'm not a big fan of it. It's cool if you want to roleplay. It has a lot of moves that use his hair, especially with his heavy attacks, but I don't feel like they hit on a wide enough area to make the moveset any good. You're a defense type, you want to spam triangle, and this moveset isn't good for that. So with that, let's take a look at his jutsu. First up, Bath of Boiling Oil. You throw a big ball of oil that pushes enemies back and leaves a trail on the ground. This thing goes on for a really long time and has very good range because of it. The trail of oil applies a movement speed debuff on enemies as well as deal damage, so it ends up being a good jutsu for pushing people off points or scrolls and then leaving a puddle that gives you the advantage in battle. You can block the jutsu, though eventually it will guard break you if you do it for too long, so if you're up against this, I definitely recommend jumping over the bubble if you can. Yes, maybe you'll land in the puddle, but at least you won't be pushed away from your points. And being in the air is actually a very good counter because the jutsu feels very inconsistent if cast while jumping. Sometimes it will keep bouncing and give you that big range you want, but other times it will just fall and make a puddle, not bouncing at all. Plus, it's a jutsu that varies in use depending on the stage you're playing in. If you're in the survival exam with nothing but a flat surface and open space, yeah, you'll get the most bounces, the most reach, it's neat. But if you're in a stage full of walls and pits, it's easy for this jutsu to just stop. So you're not always guaranteed to get that incredible range you want. But the thing that bothers me the most with this jutsu is that it kind of feels like a duplicate. We already have the golden wall of sand that we can use to push opponents away, or Gaara's tsunami jutsu, which does something similar but you can actually direct it. Don't get me wrong, this is different, it would be unfair to call it an actual duplicate, but it also doesn't feel like it's bringing anything new to the game. Overall, I'm not a fan of this one, but his second jutsu is really cool. Frog Call. Jiraiya puts a frog on each shoulder and then commands them to attack at will while he moves around and attacks independently. This is 3 jutsu in one. After you activate it, your jutsu buttons change. Your jutsu 1 becomes an unblockable grab with the tongue. Your jutsu 2 becomes a water ray, and you can shoot both of these as many times as you want for about 15 seconds. There's also a third jutsu when you press both buttons, which will have both frogs singing, shooting a slow moving projectile that has a lot of range and is also unblockable. On hit, it will stun the opponent and reverse their controls. It's really powerful, so using this option will end the jutsu immediately. But the best part is how you can be doing other actions while pressing the frog buttons. You can attack, use ninja tools, use movement, and press the frog buttons while doing all of those things. It is extremely oppressive and it feels like it was made to play with a pay-to-win weapon. Using a broken moveset while the frogs support you on your shoulders, yeah, that's a nightmare to deal with. 3 jutsu in one, it's like nothing the game has seen so far. Very unique jutsu, but honestly, it might be the only thing that's worth getting in this whole DLC, because his ult was a bit disappointing too. Demonic Illusion Gamarinsho. The frogs will start singing a song, and after hearing it for a while, opponents will be stunned, allowing you to follow up with a one-hit kill. Sounds good in theory, and there are a lot of good things about this. The range of this jutsu, for instance, is incredible. You can catch a lot of people in this frog song, and they have to stay in the song for about 8 seconds to get stunned, and that's a really long time. But stunning a whole team because of this range, it won't be a hard thing to do, as long as they don't attack you. You see, getting attacked stops the frogs from singing, and they don't offer you any extra protection, so this is one of those jutsu that can immediately make you a target. You can still use your jutsu, so if you want to do this with some defensive jutsu, you can kinda guarantee the song goes through, but because it's easier to stagger the caster than it is to run away from the jutsu's range, it will make you a target. At any point, you can press the ultimate button again to do this sword attack. This sword will one-shot any opponent it hits and stop the song, but the range is so short that you definitely want to stun the enemy first. Even then, the jutsu misbehaves and sometimes just misses the target. Shinobi Striker be Shinobi Striking, I guess. But here's why I don't think this jutsu is any good. If the goal is to get one kill, I think defense types have a lot of better jutsu than this. If the goal is to stun the whole team, Water Prison is gonna do that so much easier, because you don't have to sing it for a whole 8 seconds. I really don't see the point of this jutsu, to be honest. The best thing about it is, in my opinion, the illusion itself. This is what getting hit by the jutsu looks like. It's a really sick visual, they cooked. But to be honest with you, after today, I don't think I'm touching this ultimate again. With all that said, this is the ninja card that I made for Jiraiya. Not a great start to Season 10, honestly. Apart from Frog Call, this Jiraiya does not bring a lot of value. The oil jutsu isn't bad, it's just not new. A full duplicate would get a lower score from me, but this is too close to give it anything higher. And the ultimate just felt terrible. I like the animation they created for the players you trap, but outside of that, I don't think it's that creative of a jutsu. And the weapon is fine. I barely talked about it because I'm not a fan, but I don't think it's bad. It's just not that special. If you want to use it as a defense type, you'll be okay. Shinobi Striker rarely misses with their DLC, but I think this Jiraiya is an easy skip, unless you really want to get those frogs on your shoulder. And you know what? If you do want those frogs, I don't blame you. They are pretty cool. But that's Jiraiya in Naruto Shinobi Striker. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss the reviews on the other characters coming out. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye.